side to looking forward to waking up every single morning now. I'm wondering what's around the corner.
There's a lot to live for.
There is. Now, in fact, since I started this walk, 2 of my friends have committed suicide already. They suffer with post-traumatic stress disorder. I've met so many other guys that whose lives are in turmoil. Now, there are almost 500 deaths since Iraq and Afghanistan. Serious injuries you can times that by 10.
Yeah.
But no one will ever be able to put a figure on the amount of men and women that suffer with post-traumatic stress disorder and are still battling every single day. I've met many of them since I started this walk, because obviously a lot of the people that are following me are ex-forces or forces, and you know, we sit there and we have this chat, and you know, and one of the reasons that leads to homelessness among soldiers is the fact that they're very proud people. They don't like to go and talk to councils about their issues, so they either turn to drink or drugs to deal with their problems, which is obviously, you know, the wrong way about it, to be honest.
Yeah. You know, it's surreal, isn't it, sitting here looking out there, because I can't get my head around the fact that you have done what you've done.
It's only taken me 577 days.
77 days. So, how many days in total? Have you got somebody keeping account on that for you?
Well, because I've documented it ever since day one, I know exactly what I've done. Now, when I first started, I walked for the first 7 months, and in that first 7 months I'd only taken 10 days off in 7 months. And that was basically just to sort my life out and have a rest. Over the last certainly 3 months I've taken more days off. I've had to, mate, because as I said, for the last 3,000 miles. Now, I had a serious injury. My left foot was hanging off in 2001. I've got no cartilage on my left ankle.
Right.
It was never great when I started, but to be fair, since, and I'll never forget it. It's been killing me now since Lossiemouth, which was, as I said, 3,000 miles ago, and it's been in tatters since.
So this weather today is a good day for you.
Yeah, no,
really.
this is perfect. This is perfect. Apart from that little bit of a breeze, but this is perfect conditions to be able to do 30 miles.
Well, the good news that I've got for you is that I've been having a look at the weather forecast.
Yeah.
And next Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday,
Yeah.
brilliant sunshine.
Yeah. What about the Saturday? Because I'll be finished by next Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday anyway.
I didn't get that.
Oh right. Well, I'll be fishing Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday in Blackpool. I won't be walking
So
anywhere.
that'll be just some really nice weather for you.
I'll be able to get my legs out again.
Christian, what regiment are you in?
I was with Staffordshire Regiment.
Staffordshire Reg.
Yeah. I carry 2 licenses. Tell you what, mate, I've been out there in some conditions. In fact, I remember the other day I just wanted to fucking cry. I was getting battered by the weather, the wind, it was so stressful. All I wanted was a cigarette, and that nicotine was to, you know, I managed to put together what looked like a cigarette. Rizzler paper soaked, you know, I managed to get it together. It sort of resembled a cigarette. Could I get it lit?
Well,
I would got it in my mouth.
I'm going to do that clip again. I'm having real trouble getting that going in this weather. There we go. That's how you do it.
Got it? I think it's going, isn't it?
Far away. So the thing is, I mean, how many followers on Facebook now?
I'm up to my maximum limit of friends, which is about 5,000.
And that number will be growing all the time as well.
In fact, I noticed this morning just, it was such and such, it tells you how many people, you know, following you now, and it just keeps growing.
It's amazing.
Unfortunately, they're going to miss out because I'm almost finished. They started following me at the wrong time.
sure that if you do go on Facebook, that you do share the page. And obviously anybody watching this video as well, please share it with as many as you can.
In the last 48 hours, there's been £17,000 worth of donations in the last 48 hours.
Now that's gives you faith again, doesn't it? So what's been the low point then? Where was the real low point? Day 54.
Day 54 followed by day 1. Day 1, all I did was cry most of that day. Then I realised that this is what you do. It's like that roller coaster moment when you get on a roller coaster and you shit to yourself. The seatbelt's down and you've set off and it's clunk, 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 clunk up that track.
Yeah.
You ain't getting off that roller coaster until the end of it, like. And that was why I cried most of day 1. But day 54, I was a broken man. You know, I've been out on the hardest sections of the Morecambe coastal path. It was, the worst weather conditions on some really tough terrain, up and down cliffs. By the time I got to Newport, North Wales, I was in tatters. And I remember I walked into a pub, slowly went through, and behind the bar, a young lad said, "Do you want me to light the fire for you, mate?" I said, "I'd love you to light the fire, please get that fire going," because I was so through my fingers, I couldn't feel my fingers. Well, the bar started to people started to filter in. This was about 6 o'clock in the evening, and the chap said, "Would you want to carry on building this fire?" I stoked that fire, banked that fire as big as I could get it. Well, as I'd banked the fire up, he says, "Well, mate, I'll get you a pint for doing that." I says, "Mate, I'd have bought you a bottle of champagne for letting me light that fire." But yeah, then I slept in the marquee at the side of the pub that night. I turned the pub into a campsite. I had all my clothes, socks, and everything hanging around this fire. So at least the next morning when I kicked off again, I was fairly dry.
Awesome stuff. Tell you what, should we take a walk back into the hotel complex so we can try and warm up when the toes comes on?
History I've learned since I've been doing this. It's unbelievable what's actually dotted around, and I've come across some of the most weird and wonderful places. Like most recently, I was in the middle of nowhere and come across this tree that over the years it's called the wishing tree, and it's just littered with 2p's, 1p's, 5p's, even really old coins. It's been going for years, like, and that's just in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, it just. I mean,
yeah, we will do.
One of my favourite beds for the night. I remember when I was watching that programme Coast, I remember seeing on the Pembrokeshire Coastal Path an ancient chapel called St Govan's Chapel, which is an ancient chapel that's been built into the bottom of the cliff face. And I remember saying to myself, one day I'm going to see that. Not only did I see it, I slept in it for the night. Because I could.
So the programme that you were saying about the Coast programme that you saw, which sort of sparked all of this off.
Yeah.
So what was Michael Palin doing with all that?
It wasn't Michael Palin, I think it was another chap, I can't remember his name now. He was the presenter of it. But yeah, it'd be nice to think that he's following me on Facebook.
We're still here, and we're actually filming here at the Bursley Hotel. Mal, do you want to say a few words? Plod on.
Keep running first.
Mal himself is ex King's Own Border Regiment. He's
Right.
ex-army himself.
I've followed Christian from near enough day one.
Wow.
On Facebook. Went out and hunted him down yesterday with some goodies and a flask and a coffee, and decided to have a little walk with him yesterday afternoon. Don't try it.
Don't try it. We've just had that conversation.
I thought I was reasonably fit for my age. After 300 metres, he'd left me.
He's got a good pace on him, hasn't he?
Yeah. Very good. It's absolutely amazing what he's doing. I mean, I thought I was being clever 2 years ago. I walked coast to coast for charity.
Yeah.
I did from Bidlington back to here, and I thought I did well by doing it in 6 days.
Right.
He's doing that. It's nothing, is it?
It's quite humbling, isn't it?
Very,
the fact that he's done what he's doing, and a well-deserved brew at the moment, because that is, you just feel that's just from where we've been stood outside having a chat, and it is nothing by comparison to what this man has had to put up with and endure.
Well, I always say to people, if I was a dog, I'd be the most healthy dog on the planet because I've always got a snotty nose. I have always got a snotty nose.
The good old wet nose.
Yeah, I've always got a wet nose, mate. Oh.
So you went out, you found him, and obviously communications here, and just told me that he stayed out by your shed last night and everything else.
Yeah, he did an interview earlier with Bay Radio, and they thought it quite hilarious that he was sleeping in the shed.
Yeah.
No, they thought he was bang out of order for not offering me a bed.
We offered him one and he won't accept it.
Well,
he has to sleep rough, so
that's it. That's
you can't get any rougher than a posh shed.
Yeah,
Posh shed.
But it definitely makes a difference to a doorway, because at least, and as I said, when I do sleep in doorways, you don't actually get a proper night's sleep.
Did you get anybody trying to, I wouldn't say interfere, because that's probably the wrong word, but anybody that's
I have,
challenged, threatened, or anything else?
When I was sleeping on a park bench in Plymouth, at about 2 o'clock in the morning, I had another homeless guy come and try and rob me. Desperate times. It was really cold, soaking wet. Now, what people, when they see me, now, my lifeline is my kit, my Bergen. What I carry in there is everything I need to live. My food, my rations, spare clothing. But whenever I do sleep rough, I always make sure that's either attached to me or to something solid. When I do sleep on park benches, what I do, I use my bungees to attach the Bergen to the park bench through the slats, and then I put my sleeping bag over the top. Now, someone walking past, it looks like they can easily rob it and run off with it.
Yeah,
it's attached.
it's coming with
And
you.
it gives me just that couple of minutes I need to get out my sleeping bag and tell them where they're going wrong.
Oh yeah, and as an ex-boxer, it's you're certainly well equipped to be able to
Yeah,
tell them and re-educate.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that was but you'll have to read the book to find out what happened.
So there's a book coming.
Yeah, that's that. When you asked me earlier what are my plans for the future, and I said I haven't really got any plans, but I do plan to write a book. Now, I really hope that my English teacher's alive, because at school I was writ off, and to think that I'm writing a book now.
Yeah.
she probably won't believe it's the same kid, like.
That will shut them up. Fantastic. So, obviously, there's a book coming. What's the title of the book going to be? Or have you not got that far yet?
Well, when I first started, I mean, I was pretty tough going, as I said. And what the book, I decided what the title was when I first started. And it was going to be called You Couldn't Write a Book About This Shit. That's honestly what I decided to call it. But now I don't know whether it's going to be Christian. I haven't decided whether it'll be Christian around Britain or something else. But yeah.
What are your music tastes then, Christian?
Everything from Phantom of the Opera to Guns N' Roses.
Really?
And everywhere in between.
Diverse and a little bit of...
Well, my ringtone on my phone is The Littlest Hobo, obviously, because that's quite apt. But yeah, I haven't really. The only thing I don't like is real heavy metal.
Yeah,
that.
The growling.
I just don't understand that. But I like classical. I like opera. In fact, it's funny enough. Mal, who we're staying with here at the Berkeley, his ex-Cora drums. That's a picture of him up there in his uniform. He's a bugler and a flutist, and also play the drum. I used to be able to play the flute for the army.
Right.
Now, I set myself, or I swore 3 things that I would and wouldn't do during this walk. One was not to get involved with a female. I really fell for that one. I also said I'd give up smoking. I'm still bloody smoking. I did attempt to give up on the 2nd of January, but I just got that cold and that wet. I just couldn't do it.
It's the only thing that you
Yeah,
could look
it's the only thing.
forward to.
Yeah, I do like looking forward to a ciggy. But the other thing I said I'd do is I'm going to teach myself to play the harmonica, and that's the only thing I've managed to do. I'm not bad at a harmonica now.
Have you got one with you?
No, I'll give it to Kelly. When Kelly come and stayed with me the last time, I literally emptied everything: cooker, gas. All I've got in my kit now is a